Hello, it's Anna Kimani. I'm back for this session as we continue looking at this important topic that I have been covering for the last few weeks on parents and guardians, what you could do to support young people or students under your care and going through education to get the best. And to you students, at whichever stage you are at in education, from very young age through teenage, adolescence, young adult, college, university, what you could do to get the best results or outcome from your education. Because as I have reminded you again and again, as a young person from very young age to the age of 18, which is mainly the compulsory years in education in almost all the countries in this world, you need to do the best to get the best results or outcome, or to be specific qualifications. And just to remind you about myself, I said I'm Anna Kimani. I'm a qualified teacher. I'm a geography specialist. I teach geography in key stages 3, 4, and 5, preparing the young people to take their GCSE exams, and also that is for key stage 4, and also the A-levels or key stage 5. Some go to college to get their best qualifications in both GCSEs and in their A-level or GCSE exams. So I've been sharing my expertise in teaching, my experience of what I've seen working the best for students who have done very well, and I'm here to share it with you as parents and guardians, and also as students. Today, the session we are looking at is the power of spoken words, because words have got power. Either for you as a student going through education, what you say about yourself, or to the guardians or the parents, what you say about the children or the young people under your care going through education matters a lot. And again, to the educators there, we have got educators, teachers, different workforce working in the different learning institutions, and also other stakeholders in the community, and generally the adults in the community. What you say here, we shall be specifically concentrating on saying positive words or saying positive things to young people who are going through education. Again, reminding you that if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Anna G. Kimani, please consider doing it, so that you can go back there and watch some of the videos that I have uploaded previously on different topics in regards to this topic. And also you'll be able to get notifications as I upload other videos in the coming future. At the moment, at least I'm uploading 1 video per week, at times 2 videos per week. And my target is to upload at least a video per week. So you need to subscribe so that you can be getting notifications once I upload the new videos, because I am uploading them regularly, because I really want you as a parent or guardian or as a student to be empowered in this area or on this topic, because I've got a passion to see young people do well in their education, because I know education makes a great difference in people's lives. Okay, so today we are looking at the topic, the power of spoken words. The power of spoken words, the words can either build or the words can demolish, the word can restore or the words can break up, break down. So we need to be very careful what we say as a young people or as a student going through education about yourself. Don't talk negative words about yourself. If you need help when it's come to education, when it's come to the academic timetable lessons or subjects, extracurriculum, vocational training, other training, we say that education is all around. We cannot exhaust education and we cannot remit education. So if you need help, do not speak negative words about yourself. Do not be discouraged. Do not beat yourself up. I know students work at different abilities and the students work at different potentials. So what you need to do is you need to seek help, ask for support from your teachers, other stakeholders working in your learning institution or school, from your parents. Seek for the help to get better. Do not be discouraged. Don't speak negative words. I always remind my students, you can do it. You can do it as long as you're working to your fullest potentials, as long as you're putting maximum effort in what you're doing, as long as you're following the guidelines and the guidance being given by your subject teachers as they're teaching you, or other stakeholders in education, as long as you're doing the work given to you and you're following the advice given and the guidelines given, then continue doing it and remain positive. Remain positive. I'll give just a simple example, like from myself. I told you I'm a geography specialist. When it's come to drawing, because in geography it involves a lot of drawing diagrams, if a student tell me I can't draw it, miss or teacher, I always tell them, no, you can do it. You can even do it better than myself as a teacher. I remind them I did not get the privileges that they are going through as they go through education. I know they still have got their challenges. I also had my challenges growing up and going through education. But they laugh at me, and when I tell them that, for example, myself, I did not get the opportunity to do art as a subject. I never got the opportunity to do design and technology, but you're doing it yourself as a student. So what you need to do is you need to combine that experience in your design and technology in your art subject with the geography, what I'm teaching you in geography on how to draw the best diagrams to get the best marks. Then combine them and you see the results. And the student look at me and say, oh, okay. And they start doing it. They start drawing very good diagrams, labeling the diagrams, giving examples depending on the topic we are covering. So I do my best to make sure the students are encouraged. If a student doesn't do well, maybe in an assessment or exam that I have given them, or even in homework, I guide them. I tell them, this is what you did. This is what you could have done. This is what you need to get better. And this is your target. So we look at what they have done. Then I tell them, do this to get better. And this is your target. And in the next assessment, they do well. But I try as a teacher to remain positive. And I have seen a lot of students progressing very, very well. Because students, they have got the potential. And what matters is that potential in that child to be brought up, to be boosted to maximum so that they get the best results in what they are doing. And here we are looking at the education. So in whichever area in education, it's good for you as a student to remain positive. And to you parents, remember to encourage the students. If you're not happy with the young person going through education, if they have done something wrong, remember to correct them appropriately. Tell them, yes, this is not right. This is not right. It needs to be corrected. And then do it in a gentle manner, in a gentle way, so that they will not feel discouraged. Yes, apply the sanctions, discipline them. They need to be disciplined, but in a positive way. Let them know this is why you missed it. This is not right. This is what you need to do. Okay, and again, as parents and guardians, I've always reminded you to keep in touch with the school. When you go for attend the parent evenings, if your child is in a day school, a parent that attend the parent consultation days if your child is in a boarding school, and work alongside the teachers who are teaching your students. Get to know how best you could help. If there are any concerns, talk to the subject teachers, the other stakeholders in school, the other workforce in school, or the learning institution where your child is attending. Follow up and see how you could help the best, but in a very, very positive way. Remember, today we are looking at the power of spoken words, because young people, they hear when negative words are said to them, and they can be demoralized or discouraged. So it's good to avoid it. Personally, I can remember even up to today some of the very positive words that were spoken to me by my parents, by my mom and dad, by my other family members, by even people within my community, by my teachers. I still remember them, and it's still sadly I can remember some of the negative words that were spoken to me, and it wasn't good. Remember, when it's come to safeguarding the young people, when it's come to the emotional and psychological part of it, it is really looked at. So it's good to safeguard the young people when it comes to their emotional and their psychological well-being by speaking and saying positive words, positive things to them. Okay, so that they're not demoralized. Because when a young person, at whichever stage in education, when they are demoralized or discouraged, they won't do well to the best that they could have done in their education. Because education involves mind, and the mind needs to be stable. They need to be stable all around in their mind, psychologically, emotionally. Let's remember that, please. And also, I said here, it is the student themselves, what you say about yourself, the parents and guardians, other adults, the teachers as well, other stakeholders. It's very good to be careful when we are dealing with the young people going through education. Let us speak words that encourage them. Let us do things to them that encourage them and empowers them in order to make good progress in their education, whether it is in the curriculum itself, the timetable subject, whether it is in the extracurriculum, vocational training, and all around training. So as educators, as teachers, including myself, we need to remember to be very positive when we are teaching and when we are dealing with the young people who have been entrusted to us by their parents and the guardians and even the government to teach when it's come to education. That is very important. And as I said, there's nothing wrong in challenging the young person positively. I know if it's for the teachers, they know that every school has got the behavior policy that it follows. It has got the sanctions that is follows. So as you need to follow those behavior policies and sanctions appropriately. If you have to give the verbal warning, do it. If you have to go ahead and give it the detention, give the detention and let the students know why, because they also know the behavior policy and they understand why you're doing it. Or give that call home, let the parents and guardians know that that needs to be corrected, and I'm sure things will be sorted out. And again, here I'm emphasizing on saying and doing the right things to the students so that they are not discouraged. They are not discouraged. I'm emphasizing on encouraging the students so that they can get the best in their education. And we have said that words can really negatively affect students if they are not properly used. Even when, as an educator, you're not very happy with the student or the young person, as a parent and guardians, let them be corrected in a gentle and appropriate way. Behavior sanctions can be applied. They need to be disciplined. Behavior policy can be applied. because the students know this. They need to be explained again and again to them because they are growing up, they are running, and once they see that you care about them, they'll definitely change for the best because they also want the best. And I'm going to read the word of God when it's come to the power of the word spoken from the Bible. I'm going to read from, just to emphasize on what I was just saying, I'm going to read from the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 21. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. And this is what it says. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. I'll repeat again. Proverbs 18 verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So you see, even the word of God in the Bible encourage the parents, the guardians, the stakeholders, the workforce, the teachers, the educators, including the young people themselves at whichever stage in education, to talk and say the positive things about themselves. And even for the very young people, maybe who have got no knowledge of what they're saying and they need to be corrected, as a parent or guardian, or as an educator, or as an adult around them, if you hear them saying, just correct them. Tell them no, say the right thing about yourself. Say, I can do it, I can make it, I can do these things. I can do well in my education. I can progress well in my education. I can go to my fullest potential. So it's good to correct even the very young one, and even as they grow up, and even the young adults, we said even those we assume have passed the compulsory education and they are between 18 and 24, we need to remind them to be positive. Remind them we are concentrating on education. Okay. It's good to mentor the children, the young people going through education positively. It's good to coach them, teach them, and point them in the right direction. And especially when it's come to speaking positively about themselves. And especially when it comes to education. And again, for the adults, what you say to the young people going through education matters. They need to be positive. They need to be encouraged. They need to be motivated. Okay, I'm also going to read from my book, what I have written. I have referenced that in my book, what I've said when it's come to the power of spoken words, when it's come to the young people going through education, and I'm reading it from my book. The book is here. I have told you again in other past videos or sessions. It's Parents and Guardians, how you can support your children through education. To you students, learn how to push those grades up, maximizing your child's educational potential. Anna Kimani, this is the book, and I'm going to read. Parents and guardians, words have power. Avoid negative words. Parents and guardians, including the educators and adults who are guiding the young people, speak positive words even when correcting the children or the young people. To you students, work smart, work diligently, work hard, and remember to have a can-do attitude. So that's me who has written this book, Parents and Guardians. Reminding you to order this book. If you haven't placed the order yet, please order this book. I may not be able to read everything from it, but it has got a lot of very good information, very encouraging, empowering, and motivating information in it. So remember to order it. Under this video section below there, I'm going to give some guidance on how you could order it. It's available on amazon.co.uk and on amazon.com. So remember to order the book. It's a very good book. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for being with me. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate it. Let us do the best to support the young people going through education, because they spend a lot of their time, all of their time in their young age going through education, and it's good for them to get the best. And you young people, reminding you to work smart and hard and be diligent in what you're doing. Do your best to get the best results, the best outcomes, the best qualifications from your fullest potentials, so that by the time you graduate from whichever stage in education you're going through, you look back and say, I did my best. You look back and you'll be happy. Thank you. It's Anna Kimani, reminding you again, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Anna G. Kimani, please consider doing it. Again, follow me on my Facebook page, Excellence in Education Progress. I'm also sharing a lot there, and I've uploaded a lot of useful resources there as well. So visit my Facebook page as well. Like and follow me and see what I'm sharing there as well. Again, remember to give me the like on my videos, on each of my video. They encourage me. And remember to comment as well. Drop your comment on each video and let me know how we are getting on. And also let me know any other topic or any other area that you'd want me to cover or to look at when it comes to parents and guardians, how you could support your children or young people under your care going through education. And also the young people, students, what you could do to get the best results. If there are some areas you'd want me to cover or to look at, let me know. I'll do some research. I'll also combine it with my teaching expertise. As I mentioned to you, I have taught both in Africa and United Kingdom. To be specific, in Africa, I taught for 7 years. And to be specific, in the United Kingdom, that is in England, I'm still teaching key stages 3, 4, and 5 in geography. And I'll use my expertise in my subject, in my teaching, all around. I've been a form tutor all throughout my teaching career. I've been in touch or keeping in touch with the home when it's come to the students and the parents and guardians. That's the role of working around the student and home as well as a form tutor. So I've got the expertise, I've got the experience, and I'm willing to share that with all of you. And thank you for your time. Let's meet next time. It's Anna Kimani. Goodbye.